what's the statistic? By the time you notice hair loss,
you've lost 50%.
You lost 50% of your hair already. That is a scary statistic.
Terrifying.
That means like you've already halfway through by the time you notice it. Like you don't see that really anywhere else. Like,
no.
You know, by the time you gain 50 pounds, like
you've gained 25.
You've gained 100. You know,
no, yeah, no, it doesn't work that way.
It's different with hair because, you know, depends on the angle, depends on the light, depends if it's windy, if it gets wet. And those start playing with your mind.
They do.
So we understand, and like Barber Surgeons Guild, one of the things we try to do is really, we want you to open up. We want you to share your story. We want you to know that you're not alone.
Yeah.
So many men. I mean, millions and millions of people suffer from hair loss.
Yeah.
So you're not alone, but millions and millions more don't do anything about it until it's too late. So that's where the preventative maintenance comes in. And I wanted to kind of switch gears about like, you know, trying to tackle this early. But what if you don't? And what if you wait too long and now half your head's gone? You're not quite Homer Simpson. You're like young Homer Simpson before he had his kids. And now you're back there and you want to do something about it. And you go online and you're looking at all these stuff through your Instagram feed, and you see these amazing transformations from like these, like turkey or even a shampoo. Yeah. So like, and it's like these giant sessions, and it looks like they're putting 8,000 grafts, 5,000 grafts, like, and they want like this quick solution. What have you seen people that like say, I'm gonna go to Turkey to get this done because I see these results and I can get it all in one shot, and I can get a full head of hair immediately.
Gregory. So 2 things. One, I have friends, personal friends of mine that I see at the gym, that I see on a regular basis, who know what I do for a living, but who still carry that stigma attached to hair restoration that they actually went to Turkey and didn't tell me. And I saw their hair after and I thought to myself, oh boy. It wasn't just only because of the lower costs associated with a hair restoration procedure in Turkey. It was because they were embarrassed to talk to me about it, which is crazy because, I mean.
So they wanted to go out of the country to kind of keep it a secret.
To keep it a secret. And that's what we've kind of done. I see as Barber Surgeons Guild, we've kind of broken that stigma, right? I mean, 25 years ago, women weren't talking about Botox either. Look at now, it's on every, I mean, you talk about Instagram ads, it's all you see. And it's a common thread now. Women, men, Botox, like everybody gets Botox now. Everyone's talking about it. No big deal, stigma's gone. So hair is getting there. I'm telling you, hair restoration procedures are becoming that norm. But what I'm seeing personally is a backpedal because of procedures happening in places like Turkey with all these mega sessions and 8,000 grafts. So I say to people that ask me that, okay, so are they grafts or are they hairs? Right? Because there's a big difference there.
Big difference.
So a graft can contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hairs per graft. So it's easy to say to you, you received 8,000 hairs. That might be 3,000 grafts. We don't know. Big difference there. So I would ask what that number actually is relating to, grafts or hairs. And then I'm not bashing any country, any place of hair restoration procedures because there are excellent hair restoration doctors in every country.
Yeah, I've seen good results.
I have as well.
I've seen bad results, and I can say that about the United States too, and the rest of the country and world.
But I will tell you that the people that I know personally and patients I've seen who decide to go to Turkey for a hair restoration procedure for a price because they're price conscious are not going to have a great result. There are excellent doctors there. If you're looking to save money, that's not the place to go. It's the same price here. The fees will be the same, right? If not more to travel. So what I see is that I see a lot of focus on the price and not a lot of focus on the value. Because what does hair actually give you? It's not giving you your hair back. It's giving you a one-up at a job interview, like you said, right? It's giving you confidence. It's giving you, I had a patient come in one time and say, I don't want to be the old dad. And I sit on the bleachers at my son's soccer game and I never sit on the bottom bleacher because people can see my bald spot, right? I'm getting a divorce and I'm dating again and I was married for 20 years. I've never dated without hair. So that's the value of what we're giving people. It's not the fees. And if you focus on the fees, you're going to the wrong place.
One thing you don't want to shop around for and find a Groupon or a coupon or a killer deal or a sale is on surgery.
No.
Any kind of surgery.
No, never.
You want to go to obviously where you're most comfortable
Yep.
So let's give people some questions if they are considering turkey.
Yep.
Over BSG or anyone.
Sure.
To ask before you make a decision. And I think one of the first questions to ask is, are you meeting a doctor? Are you getting a recommendation from a surgeon, and is a surgeon doing your procedure? I think that's key.
Yeah, also, to back it up to the beginning, the first thing you said, are you meeting a doctor? Am I going to meet the doctor? And that happens here in the United States.
The doctor who's doing your procedure, yeah.
So that happens here as well.
Same here. Yeah.
Everywhere, right? Am I meeting a doctor, and am I meeting the doctor that will perform my procedure? Listen, this is very minimally invasive. It's outpatient. It's relatively simple. It's a safe, very safe procedure.
You're awake the whole time. You're eating lunch. You're walking around like it's super chill.
You're still having a medical procedure.
Yeah.
So you need to meet this
serious.
doctor, right? And we give every patient gets our doctor's phone numbers, their cell phone numbers, to call and check in on them if they would like to have a question. The worst thing in the world is being up all night after a procedure worried. Just make a phone call. You got the doctor's cell phone number. Make a phone call. Ease your mind, go to sleep. So are you meeting the actual doctor performing your procedure? 1, is a doctor performing your procedure? 2, is it a doctor or a technician, right?
Who gave you the recommendation too? Was it a consultant? Or did the doctor recommend your procedure?
Correct.
Because that's key too. I mean, look, I can recommend whatever I would think, but
Sure.
I can't provide a medical
You're not a doctor.
opinion
Yeah, you
to a
cannot
patient.
provide medical advice, absolutely.
That's not my
Nope.
position. That's not a consultant's position. It's
Nope.
to consult, to guide you, to answer like more financial questions, and to help answer those questions that the doctor gave you.
Yeah, be your support system, sure, your ally.
I would also ask about the post-care.
Yep.
What happens is the issue. So a lot of I've seen is that they go there, they fly. It's like a whole package deal. You fly out there. It sounds cool. It's great. Like you can get that here, and then you go home. I was in Austin and I met my Uber driver, and I can tell he had a procedure recently. And we started talking, and I can't help but like ask. And he's like, "Where'd you fly in from?" I was like, "I flew in from New York." He's like, "Oh, I just flew in from Europe." I was like, "Let me guess. Were you in Turkey?" He's, "Yes. How'd you know?" I said, "Well, I can see the back of your hair and I can see all the scabs. So what's it been, like a week?" He's like, "No, it's been over a month."
He had scabs left after a month?
I said, none of the hairs fell out? He's like, "Oh no, I have not touched it. I have not washed my hair. I have not done it." And I said, "Yeah, I can tell you probably haven't washed your hair." I was like, "Well, what did your doctor recommend?" "Well, nothing." I'm like, "Let me give you my card. I want you to call me. I want you to talk to one of my doctors because you know, there's post-care instructions you should be following, and it's okay to wash your hair at about the 1 week mark or so in some sort of like gentle way, but don't let it go on so long. You're gonna risk infection." I mean, it's like, it was a little sad that the post-care and then the follow-up. So the way we do it, we do 1 week, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and beyond. Like you're always with us forever. The whole journey, we like to make sure people are happy. So that's another thing I would really encourage people to ask is like, what's the post-care like? And what sort of technique are they using to do it? Is it a handheld? Is it a robot? My experience is almost always handheld. Pros and cons, not saying the robot's like, number one. It's always, the robot is a tool. It's a tool in the hands of the physician. And just because you have a robot doesn't mean you're gonna get amazing results. Just because you put someone in a Ferrari doesn't mean they know how to drive the thing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So, who's driving that car? Is it the technician? Is it the doctor?
Yeah, and a lot of what I see in kind of those telltale signs, whether it's a technician versus a doctor performing this procedure, or it's a very inexperienced doctor or a rushed doctor, is hairline design. And if there's one place that is unforgiving when it comes to hair restoration, it's hairline, right? This friend
it's right there.
It's right there. This friend I was referring to earlier, who didn't tell me, had asked me, kind of mentioned it in passing a couple of years ago, but didn't really want to talk about it. I saw him after about 6 months, and women, right? Typically women have round hairlines, right? Men, no matter how far down the angle is, no matter how low your hairline is, men have corners, right? So a lot of
little more angular peaks and temples.
They have temporal peaks, exactly, where women just have rounded hairlines naturally, right? So when I saw him, the first thing I noticed is his hairline's rounded. He lost his corners. I noticed the angle and the direction of the hair that was growing. Now, the angle and the direction of the hair growth is not determined by the robot or a handheld device. It's determined by how the doctor makes a recipient site, which is the place where we'll be putting the new hair grafts. Yeah. And if they're made straight up and down, the hair is going to regrow straight up and down.
I've seen that. I've seen hair.
It's like,
it's not natural.
And it's hurt. I'm like, oh God. And now people, my husband, my friends see hairlines. They're like, hey,
I know.
Hey,
I caught myself, I'll admit, now since I've been in this industry for a long time, I caught myself judging a baby one time at the park. I was like, look at your hairline. It was like 6 months old and like, and I was like, oh my God, what am I doing?
I know.
I'm like, sorry, baby.
You can't help it. But you know what? You start thinking, so I have kids, I have boys. My father has extensive hair loss. My father-in-law has mid-grade hair loss. Sorry, guys. It's true. They know it, right? And not a secret. Yeah. And I look at my kids. I have 2 boys, and I'm like, all right, what age are we putting you on finasteride?
Oh, no.
Where are you? I'm kind of kidding, but I'm kind of kidding. But I'm also looking at this from proactive.
Well, it's your grandma, right? So you already know to determine they're going to have hair or not.
Exactly. No, but you know, you look at things and you're trying to, with that proactive sense that everybody has these days. That's good to think about.
Yeah.
Right. It's good to think about these things.
And that's okay. It's okay. It's okay to care about how you look. It's okay to start taking steps to, you know, protect your youth, to try to stay youthful. Wear sunscreen.
Yeah.
You know, diet and exercise.
Totally.
Wear a hat if it's too sunny. Like, who cares? Like,
I always say, because a lot of, probably 5 or 6 years ago, I noticed less of this, but it was always a man would come in for a consultation and he'd say, well, it's not like I'm vain. I don't really care how I look. I feel kind of vain being here. And I always say, and this is true, is it better to care how you look or not care how you look? Do you get up and iron your clothes? Do you get up and, like I said, wash your face, brush your teeth, comb your remaining hair? Like, of course you do.
Remember like late 90s, early 2000s, you remember the 2000s? Like metrosexual, like, oh, you're a metrosexual. It was almost like they were trying to shame someone.
For grooming.
For like caring about how you look. So look, I get that a lot. I take care of myself. Like my beard's a little crazy right now, but it's just like, it's okay. Again, it's okay to care about how you look, and it's okay to do something about it. Like we're saying, you can't diet and exercise to fix it. But we do have solutions, we have options. And I always say it's no different, and I'm gonna tell you guys this, it's no different than paying a personal trainer to modify the way you look. So for example, you don't like the way you look, like you're a little overweight, or you wanna be stronger and bigger, you're skinny and you wanna put on some muscle.
Yeah.
You don't know what to do, so you're insecure about something on your features, your body. So you invest in supplements and protein powders and gym memberships and a personal trainer. And then over time, that could be very expensive. That could be thousands of dollars as well. You start to modify the way you look to make yourself feel better. And I say it's no different than hair restoration.
Exactly.
And it's still the same amount of time. It does take about, 12 months to get full results. So it's a gradual change. You'll start noticing results around 3 months, and then it just a little bit more every month. So it's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year. But it's to make you feel better about yourself, to your point. Why is that a bad thing?
It's not.
I don't
it's a
think
good thing.
is.
No.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same, it's that analogy that we do use, right? You go to the gym for a year and you hit your goal. Do you just stop and assume that you'll maintain that? No.
Totally.
Not, right?